Yeah! Yeah! Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? What? Yeah! Y'all ready to play some football? Just got to make these. Let's go! If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Let me know. I'm about to...
What's going on, people? Ever 2000 coming back at you with another video. As the title says, basically I'm doing my Godzilla Blu Ray recommendation. This is at the request of fellow Kaiju fan and fellow Kaiju collector, Christopher Fielding. I just want to just bring to y'all's attention the great Blu-rays that are out there from the Godzilla franchise, and let you know where to find them and give you my recommendations on what I have. I have a mixture of both American Blu-rays and Japanese Blu-rays of these great films. So I just wanted to share with y'all where you can find them. And first and foremost, I highly recommend if you're going to be doing this. Now, I'm sure everybody out there by now has a Blu-ray player, has access to one. But to view these at the best possible conditions, try and get a Sony Blu-ray player, especially for these Toho Japanese Blu-rays. As you see in the background here, I get to that later on. So yes, you can try and get a Sony Blu-ray player, top of the line. To me, Sony is a top of the line Blu-ray player, or a PS3 or a PS4, and just go from there. All right. So let me just give you my recommendations of Godzilla films on Blu-ray. First and foremost, the Criterion Collection of Godzilla 1954. This is a great release from the Criterion Collection, which is known a video distribution company known for restoring and high def remastering some of the best films in cinema history. Some of the important pieces of cinema history, like Citizen Kane, the Seven Samurai, King Kong, and they chose Godzilla, and they actually did a great job with this. The behind the scenes stuff is amazing. They have interviews with Akira Ifukube, Akira Takarada, Haruo Nakajima. They have a documentary or a piece about the Lucky Dragon #5, one of the key incidents that inspired the Godzilla real life incidents that inspired the movie to begin with. They also have not only the Japanese version of Godzilla 54, also the Americanized version with Raymond Burr of Godzilla King of the Monsters 1956. So yes, the quality is really good. Godzilla King of the Monsters is kind of grainy, just a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's the best of what it's looked in a long time. Find this on Amazon or Barnes & Noble for a good price, like maybe $20, and you can't go wrong with it. So I highly recommend Godzilla 54 from the Criterion Collection. Pick this up. Now, I'm gonna skip all over the place. Cause I have pretty much every Godzilla film on Blu-ray format, in so much shape or form. Like I said, I have a mixture of both American and Toho or Japanese Blu-rays. So I'll be skipping all over the place. So just bear with me here. Now, from Tokyo Shock, I have Godzilla vs. Megalon and Destroy All Monsters. These are really good, really awesome. Godzilla vs. Megalon. This is the best this movie is looking in forever. It has no special features. It has a main menu, a really good main menu, but it has both the Japanese and the English language of the film. It's really good, really great, and you can find this. FYE actually has this for like maybe $12, $13. Amazon, the same thing. So yes, pick Godzilla Megalon up at those locations. You might find one at Best Buy. I think I saw one at Best Buy a couple weeks ago, like in one of the bargain bins. So it's out there. It's out there to find. Just do the legwork and I'm trying to get your hands on this copy. Now, for Destroy All Monsters, they came out with 2 copies. This actually came out like a few years ago. They came out with the re-release late last year, September. This is actually really good. It has some behind-the-scenes stuff, kind of like the Criterion Collection. They have great behind-the-scenes stuff. It has stills of the monsters, the costumes, great interactive menus. The presentation is good. The format is nice. The sound is very good. The only bad thing about it is the re-release that came out last year doesn't have any special features. It just has the main presentation of the movie, from what I understand. So maybe if you can try and find the original one that came out a few years ago, go for that. If not, get the one that came out last year. Either way, you can't go wrong with either version of Destroy All Monsters from Tokyo Shock. Very nice, and I highly recommend it. All right, so now let's go with Kraken Releases. Kraken Releases came out last year. They came out with 3 movies. Godzilla vs. Sea Monster, Godzilla vs. Gigan, and Godzilla vs. Hedra. All 3 of these are really, really good. I got these at Barnes & Noble. And I'm sure that, I think they're out there at Barnes & Noble too. If not, you can go on Amazon. Like Godzilla vs. Gigan. At the time of this recording, this is late August. I saw this Godzilla vs. Gigan on Amazon, $8. You can't beat that, $8. I think Godzilla vs. Hedra was like $7.53, and I think Godzilla vs. Sea Monster was like $11. You know, Amazon, whatever. They have both the English and Japanese language with English subtitles. The presentation is good. They're basically like an Blu-ray upgrade from the DVDs that Sony put out like a few years ago. They're just in high definition. Now, mind you, these films are not like pristine perfect like you would find like in like the recent Marvel Avengers 2, or The Dark Knight Rises, something like that. But these are the best that these films has ever looked, and you can't find a better deal for them, because when these first came out, they were like maybe $15 a piece, but now they even half that. You can't go wrong with it. So yes, I highly recommend these movies from Kraken Releasing, Godzilla vs. Sea Monster, Godzilla vs. Gigan, and Godzilla vs. Hedra. Find them from Amazon or FYE, or maybe you can find them from Best Buy, but they're out there. All right, now let's go to Sony. Sony came out with a whole bunch of Blu-rays last year to commemorate the Godzilla 2014 that came out. They basically brought back all the Godzilla films to high definition that they brought out in DVD when Godzilla 98 came out back in the day. And they basically put 2 Godzilla films together in one single pack, and which is really, really good. Like $12, $13. You can actually get these at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Get these at Walmart. Very, very good. They have both the English and Japanese language with the English subtitles. The special features, they have the original Japanese trailer of the film. Very, very good. The picture quality is excellent. Really, really excellent. Godzilla 2000, for example, it has both the English and the US version and Japanese version. And if you are familiar with this, they actually, it's a difference between the original Japanese version and the US version. Kind of like the difference between Godzilla 1954 and Godzilla King of the Monsters. Even though it's pretty much the same film, they just filmed it differently, where it's actually 2 different cuts of the same film. Godzilla 2000 is no different. So yes, these are really, really good. They came out with Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and Godzilla vs. Mothra and the Heisei film in one pack. And I would have to say that Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and Godzilla vs. Mothra, they kind of cut the film short, so to speak. Like Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, for example. Anybody who knows, anybody who saw the film, at the very end of the film, where we see Godzilla and King Ghidorah at the bottom of the ocean after their battle, after Emmy goes back to the future. Godzilla all of a sudden wakes up, and then he starts roaring underwater. Then they fade to black and the credits roll. That's what we saw in the US version. But in the Japanese version, they actually keep on showing him roaring, and the credits roll over him roaring, whatever. And you actually hear Godzilla's roar when they show the final piece of the credits. They don't have that in these Sony DVDs. That and Mothra. They don't have the full version of the movie. I mean, it doesn't really change the film all that much. They just like cut like maybe a few minutes of the tail end of the film. However, Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, and Space Godzilla and Destroyer, they actually show everything when Godzilla is going back into the ocean with Baby Godzilla and Mechagodzilla, when he's going back in the ocean in Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. The montage of scenes of the Heisei films at the end of Godzilla vs. Destroyer, they show all that in these Blu-rays. So that's kind of weird, but I still highly recommend them. Like I said, Walmart, you can't beat that. So like I said, $12, $13 on Amazon or FYE. You can find these pretty much anywhere. So highly recommend these. Now, let's go to the cream of the crop. Now, back here, these are actually Blu-rays brought to us from Toho. These are actually Japanese Blu-rays. And I'm actually going to show you a little bit of it right here. Hold on one second. Just the interactive menus alone are worth the price of these. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you a little brief snippet of it, because I don't want Toho to sue me. So let me just show you what you're in store for once you get your hands on these. As you can see, every single Toho Blu-ray has this type of presentation where they have just a vibrant great, excellent presentation where you have just the main part here where it has like it has like multiple pictures of the scenes in the movie where you have Godzilla here. You know what I'm saying? It's just great. Every Toho Blu-ray has this, and it has the music playing in the background. One of the best Blu-ray presentations I have ever seen, even though it's a Godzilla film. This is like the best I've ever seen, and you can't go wrong with it. And it's just really, really awesome. Let me just stop this right here. So let me just stop this right here. But yes, I highly recommend these. And they came out a few years ago. They came out a few years ago, and they brought forth a few selected Godzilla titles. They didn't bring back the whole franchise, but they brought back a few, like Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, Mothra vs. Godzilla, the original Rodan, the original Godzilla, the original Mothra, Godzilla 1984. Let's see what else. War of the Gargantuas, whatever. And these are really good. And the thing about these Blu-rays, they were a lot more expensive back then. They were like maybe like 50 or 60 bucks a piece. Now they even have that on AmazonJapan.com. So that's why I highly recommend you find these and get these. Now, mind you, they don't have any English subtitles or English language whatsoever. They do have Japanese language and Japanese subtitles of the films, so you can't really understand what they're actually saying. But if you're like me and have been watching these films all your life, you pretty much know what's going on. So in my opinion, you don't really actually necessarily see the English subtitles or hear the English language. You just enjoy it for what it is. They have a bunch of special features. Still pictures of the monster suits back in the day, promotional materials, trailers, behind the scenes stuff of the monster stuff and monsters in action, whatever. It's just the investment of these are really good, and they're even cheaper now than they were back in the day. And when Godzilla 2014 came out, they decided to bring back every Godzilla film that they didn't do before and bring them to high definition Blu-ray. So basically, every Godzilla film is available for high definition Blu-ray, and you have to find them, especially these, at AmazonJapan.com. Like I said, get a Sony player or PS3 and PS4 because they load up real fast on those products. Samsung, they kind of take some time, but with Sony, they load up real fast and it plays it with no problem because these actually are region-free Blu-rays. So, and I highly recommend these. I really do. And they're out there for a good price. Basically, they're like maybe between 31 and 40 bucks a piece. And you're probably saying to yourself, why would I spend that much for a Blu-ray? Think about it this way. If you play video games or anything like that, and you might blow 50 bucks or 60 bucks on a game, and you might, eventually you won't get through with that game. You're going to beat it, and then you may not play it anymore and just be somewhere collecting dust. But with these, once you pay for it, you can enjoy these over and over and over and over and over again. And the fact that they brought so many things with the special features, they restored them to near perfect condition. These are actually, they're really worth the investment. Really are. Mechagodzilla, Godzilla's Mechagodzilla, Son of Godzilla, Godzilla's Biolante, Godzilla's Monster Zero, GMK. All these great films in high definition, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. So, and I highly recommend you pick these up. So like I said, Godzilla 54, the Criterion Collection, Amazon, FYE, or whatever. The Sony Blu-rays, Walmart, FYE, Barnes & Noble. The Kraken Releases of Hedra, Gigan, and Sea Monster, Barnes & Noble, or Amazon for a cheap price. I forgot to bring up King Kong vs. Godzilla and for a lesser degree, King Kong Escapes. These are actually really good too. This is actually the American version, not the Japanese version. Now, mind you, it doesn't have any interactive menu. It just has the bare bones presentation of the film, which is really good. I actually prefer the US version over the Japanese version anyway, but you can't go wrong with it. And I highly recommend you also get King Kong vs. Godzilla. And I saw this at Best Buy a couple days ago for 10 bucks. So Best Buy, FYE, Amazon, you can't go wrong there. And lastly, all these Japanese Toho Blu-rays, AmazonJapan.com, and just buy like maybe 3 or 4 of these, factory and shipping, maybe cost like maybe 150 bucks, whatever. But trust me, these are well worth the investment, and you can't go wrong with it, and you will definitely enjoy it. All right, if you have any questions on where to find these or anything about what I just mentioned here in this video, holler me down in the comment section or hit me up on Facebook via Mark Calloway, and we go from there. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope I brought some enlightenment on where you can find these great Blu-rays, these classic films for high definition, and you can't go wrong with it. So have fun. Good luck trying to find these. You will not be disappointed with the purchase when you do. All right, I thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see y'all again on the next video. All right, y'all take it easy.